Hello everybody and welcome back to F1 Manager 2022, where we are at my home away from home Grand Prix this weekend. It is Singapore, and if my calculations are correct, you're going to be watching this on the day of well, it's going to be released on the day of Singapore first practice, where I will be sitting not too far from here, actually. I'll be sitting, where will I be sitting? I'll be sitting there-ish. Start finish straight. Actually, I'll be a bit further down here near the start finish line. Yeah, I'm very excited by it. My brother's coming over for it. It's going to be epic, and I'm hoping for a pretty decent, good race. But not much to update you on since the last episode. We've manufactured a few things. We've had a few things done. There's not much we can do on the car. We've got projects going on for a suspension manufacturer. We've got 2 research projects going. We can't do anything else at the moment, so it's all going pretty well. We're going to use this opportunity to save up a bit of money until the end of the F1 season, I think, and see where we go from there. In terms of drivers, Vettel hasn't had the best start at his career at Aston Martin as in car number 2, and we said he's got half a season to prove himself. It was just under half a season, and he's not, done brilliantly, to be honest. Seb is proving himself very well. Just won't sign a new contract with us, which is a little bit annoying. But yeah, so we'll have to decide what's going to happen with those two. Our scouts are out looking at certain people, but really, we're all here for the Singapore Grand Prix. So let's have a look at our targets. They want one person to get above 15th. I'm going to say we're going to get one driver above into Q2 as well, and we'll try and double down on that one. We're not going to get the fastest lap, but we will say we'll get someone finishing above 15th, and we're not going to do the qualifying position streak. We will do the finish position streak though, so excellent. Right, I'm going to go and do practice. We'll be back for qualifying. So here we are then, getting ready for qualifying for the Singapore Grand Prix, something that I'm pretty excited about. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about, to be honest. Right, we need to sort out the car because we have a lot of components that are on their last legs, so we're going to install all of the new ones and get our cars up to scratch. You'll see in a minute that we could be in a little bit of bother in the next Grand Prix with car number 2, which is Vettel's car at the moment. Oh, hang on. Let's. I think I've got the wrong front. I think I looked at this before. Yes, we have the wrong front wing installed on Seb's car. So there we go. Right. As you can see as well, 98% confidence for Seb, 100% confidence for Vettel. Something we do get really good feedback from with Vettel. We can really nail his confidence stuff, which is awesome. But in terms of his engine, well, he needs engine number 7 installed on the car. He needs ERS number 5 installed on the car, and his gearboxes are absolutely shagged, and he's going to have gearbox number 9 installed on the car. And if he doesn't qualify very well, as in if he qualifies 19th or 20th, then the chances are we're going to be taking a new gearbox, a new ERS and a new engine just to get him through to the end of the season for quite a hefty cost, I imagine. But yeah, one flying lap on the softs. I think we're ready for Singapore. Come on, Seb. 15th or higher. That's all we need, mate. 15th or higher. Right, we're going to send Vettel out first and hope that he doesn't cause any sorts of incidents here. Practice was very entertaining. About 7 cars crashed, and Vettel only crashed once. Bless his little cotton socks. So, yeah, we're going to send both cars out early doors for this one, as one of the... it definitely didn't look like a Mercedes going past us in the pit lane, but it is George Russell that goes out first, and we're all starting our fast laps for this first bit of qualifying. Sebastian Vettel, is over. Frederick Vettel, and Vettel's over, and we are 1.393 seconds off the pace, 1.475 off the pace. So, yeah, not ideal. Ricciardo obviously get hold up. I'm going to say Verstappen must have got hold up as well because he's slower than us, which doesn't really make sense. And there's a lot of traffic at the moment. I just want to reconfigure. Let's keep that set on. Tyre deck doesn't appear to be too bad here in Singapore. You do seem to be able to get quite a lot of life out of these tyres, which I find a little bit surprising. I think we're going to send Vettel out again to see if he can improve. There's a nice gap there, so let's go here. I've got a feeling we should now just give Gasly enough time. Gasly's going to be coming in. He's just massively slowed down. So Vettel's going to have a lot of time in front of him. We're going to send Seb out as well because I think we can get both of them to do another lap in this one. Hopefully. Anyway, hopefully. So Vettel's just trailing Gasly. Gasly, I think, is going to come in. Oh, Tsunoda's now doing a slow lap. But there should be enough pace or space between Tsunoda and Vettel. So Gasly does come into the pits and Vettel can go. Off he runs, starting his latest fastest lap. Vettel is potentially slowing down Bottas here, which is not a bad thing at all, as Bottas is going to come. But now Bottas is on his slow lap, but we do get past him on the DRS, which is very good. Vesti setting a green first sector, green yellow sector, so Vesti is improving his lap time at the moment, which is absolutely epic. Can Sebastian Vettel do the same? Green first sector for Seb, as Vesti sets a yellow sector but does improve. Seb sets a yellow second sector, which isn't the best for Seb. And he's going to now complete his lap, and it is quicker. It goes up to 12th. Well done, Sebastian. Lovely stuff. Right, let's get them both back into the pit, because we're going to have to reconfigure their tyres now and put this new set of softs on. That's quite a tongue twister, actually. Right, new set of softs for Vesti going on. Let's let Seb come back in as well, as we can just see him. And you can just see all the other cars are now just going. So we may have messed this up with Seb, to be honest. Who is going here? Right, Seb, come on, in you come. Quick tyre change and straight out is what we're going to go for. Reconfigure, new set of softs. Get them on. We're going to watch this here. Seb's timer is still going down. There's still quite a lot of people in the pit lane, which means we've got enough time. Yeah, we're going to get him out. That is totally fine. Let's just put this on 2 times speed to see who's going when. It's the Hasses, isn't it? Although in the last Grand Prix, we did leave it slightly too late. So we're going to go there with Vesti. And we're going to go there with Vettel. Right. Vesti and Vettel this time are both in front of Magnussen, who I think meant we didn't get a proper lap last time. So let's make sure we've timed this right. Vesti and Vettel coming round. They've got about a minute. They should be fine because this is a DRS straight. Yes, everyone is going to set a time. Let's jump on board with Sebastian Vettel then. And here he is, Seb Vettel, in the streets of Singapore, the Marina Bay Street Circuit. I really like it. I think it's a fantastic circuit. I love it. I live here. I'm going to watch it. Can't wait. Green Sector 1 for Seb. That's what we need to see. A yellow Sector 1 for Vesti is not ideal. I think what we're going to do as people start to cross the line, because I think Alonso is leading the way, what we're actually going to do is put it into this view and see people cross the line. It's not, it's Ocon who is out in front. So Ocon is going to cross the line, and he is going to be placed in P8. He doesn't move. Norris crosses after him. After him is Alonso, who crosses the line. He jumps above Norris. Coming in behind them, is it Perez or is it Verstappen? Oh, it wasn't. It was one of the Williams. It was Latifi, but he doesn't improve. Now, Hamilton crosses the line. He goes provisional pole in Q1. We've got Leclerc and Verstappen. Well, very close battling it out there. Verstappen is currently in danger. Where is Vesti? Vesti could knock Verstappen out here with a good lap. Max Verstappen has had a shocker. Vettel is the man in danger, but he's setting green sectors. Vesti isn't improving at the moment, as both the Aston Martin drivers are going to come round the final corner, and Vesti does improve slightly. Vettel improves and knocks out Max Verstappen. Vettel through by the skin of his teeth because Max Verstappen had a shocker. Vesti into 17th, Vettel 15th position. Lovely stuff. Vesti is out. But the big news there, Max Verstappen knocked out in Q1 of the Singapore Grand Prix qualifying. That is ridiculous. What was he playing at? A 138.9. Perez did a 137.0. He's obviously gone wide or hit traffic or something. But yeah, Seb is through to Q2. Lovely stuff. Right, again, we're going to get Seb out early. I just fancy setting a time here. I don't know why, but I feel like something may cause this session to be postponed or, you know, delayed or something like that. As Seb starting his quick lap. Hopefully he doesn't catch up with Lando Norris. I think he is, though, because he's on his fast lap and it's in the corners, which is a bit of a nightmare. 138.8 is there. Alonso 137.6. So yeah, we've not set a very good time there, although we are expecting to finish 15th really. Right, let's put a scrub set on of softs. I just want to check. Yeah, we do have one locked for the race weekend as well. So let's just see what's happening here. So Danny Ricciardo is just, he's on his fast lap. Sonoda on his fast lap. Zhou on his fast lap. Gasly hasn't set a time. He's on his fast lap. Magnussen has, so he's on his in lap. There's a nice big gap there. We're going to go. Okay, Bottas is just doing his warm down. I don't know if we can get 2 laps in here. I don't think we can. We're not going to risk it. We're not going to risk it. We're going to wait and go out with the pack as per usual at the end and see what we can do. Again, very evident that other cars have been upgrading. There is a distinct improvement in times on the lower end cars, the sort of lesser constructors, as a number of people now start to leave the paddock, and we're going to go out there. Hopefully we get out in time. We should do. We were held a little bit as we were coming out. We should be totally fine though, because we've got 2 Alfa Romeos behind us. So here we go. Right, Seb, what have you got? What have you got on this lap? Come on. What can you set? You need to improve by quite a margin to get through here. Danny Rick's... don't know if we can see Danny Rick's best time. No, because it just says his last time on here. Last lap time was an 8:33 for us. Oh, impressive. Okay. Status, FL? Oh, flying lap. Okay, flying lap. So that's the one we want. Oh no, that's interval. We want to the leader, 1.827. But a green sector 1 for Seb. Lovely, lovely stuff. What have you got here, Seb? What have you got? Okay, you've missed the wall there, which is awesome. Flies down the long straight into a tight left-hander. Has to then take the Singapore sling. I think that bit is the left to the right. Over the bridge. Going over towards Clark Key. Round the tight left hairpin. Okay, Magnussen's finished 0.6 of a second ahead of us. Can Seb get a green sector 2? It would be very useful if he does at the end of the DRS zone. He does get a green sector 2. He's got that Alfa Romeo right on his behind. Into the tight right-hander. Coming around past the grandstand where I sat last time I watched this Grand Prix. You're going to go under the grandstand, through the tunnel, turn right at the end of it. Swing that round into that corner, turn right at the end of here as well. Into the little chicane, round the corner. Come on, Seb, you've got to put in a good time here. You're really, really lacking behind. One roll left-hander, round the corner, over the finish line, and it's a huge improvement, but it's not enough to get out of P15. It's 0.2 seconds off Kevin Magnussen in front of us. So a lot of work to do in the Grand Prix, but we start 15th and 17th. And we get a big bonus out of that, which is lovely jubbly. But that is how it finished after Q2. Charles Leclerc, Sergio Perez, Lewis Hamilton, Sainz, Russell, Bottas, Alonso, Gasly, Norris and Zhou. Now, I don't know what that penalty is for Gasly. He may be dropping down quite far, but it might only be 3 or 5 places, so probably won't affect us. Right, we'll see you for the race. So diving in to the Singapore Grand Prix, let's see what our sponsors fancy. So we have got that big bonus, $186,666 coming in there. They want a finish position. Can we get a position gain? It's just Vesti that I think is the worry for this one. If we edit it, can we just get rid of... We can't get rid of Vesti. If we say Seb is going to gain... Oh, I feel like, nah, we're not going to do that one. We're going to cancel that. We're going to get rid of that because I don't think Vesti will do it. I don't trust him. He's not playing his way into a new contract. I'll give you that much. Right. So, strategies then. Soft to medium is probably the quickest. I think track position is going to be crucial. Let's have a quick look at this. If we push the tyres, where can we get to? Wow. Okay, you can actually do quite a lot, although those mediums get really eaten up. The softs can last for a long, long time. Although we know everyone's probably going to be pitting before us. I wonder, do we go... I'm tempted to maybe even do medium hards like that. Or do you go medium softs? Push everything really hard, change late, try and get track position early on. Ooh. We'll update that for now and select that for Seb. I'm just sort of... Because this is what I think most people... I think most people are going to go soft to medium or soft to hard. And it's all about, do you want to pit in earlier than they do? I just think after 15 laps, there's not going to be much difference in sort of order where you come out. We could let's try something different with Vesti. We're going to try that with Vesti. Soft to hards with an early pit stop for him. There's probably going to be a safety car as well. So I think... Given that there probably will be a safety car, you probably are better starting out on soft. So let's go back into strategy for Seb. You probably are better off starting this on the softs, like so, and then medium. And we might do, you know what, we might do both soft to hards. I think that's what we're going to go with. Because I don't think the mediums can make it, right? Well, they can if you... Technically, they can. I'm just worried that it's going to be pitting too late and we're going to lose a lot of track position. It's hard to overtake in Singapore. What did we have? We had mediums going long and then finish on the softs. But in theory... Oh, man, this is so difficult to plan. These strategies are where the money... I think the game really does well. We're going to start on softs and end on mediums. That's what we're going to go for. We're going to go for that. So we're going softs to hards, softs to mediums. And Vesti's pitting early. And if there's a safety car, we plan it as it goes. Starting position 12th for Vettel and 15th for Vesti. So we have jumped up quite a lot, actually. Awesome. Fuel, we will put a little bit of extra fuel in the car just so that we can push for as long as possible. And driver options, obviously, push, 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 deploy. Driver options, push, 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 and deploy. Now, it will be, I think, quite a miracle if Vesti gets through this without crashing, because he's not got a great track record at the moment. But, yeah, there we go, into the race. Here we are then, the Singapore Street Circuit, the Marina Bay Street Circuit. What can we do? Ferrari and Red Bull on the front of the podium. They're going to be, I'm going to be there, seeing this live. It's going to be amazing. Right. We are pushing quite hard, and Max Verstappen has got a dreadful start at the back. It's absolutely shocking. Vettel's lost the place already, but it's early doors. It's early doors. Let's ride on board with Sebastian. As yeah, Verstappen. Has he not got a front wing on? I don't know. Either way, he's going very, very slow. Very slow. He has got a front wing. He's obviously just got issues in the car. Wow, okay, Vesti under pressure. That's it. But Vettel has gained a position back. He's overtaken Ricciardo, which is awesome. Yes, there's definitely going to be a safety car in this. You can feel it already. Vettel gets Magnussen and Ricciardo up to 11th. Vesti up to 14th. Strategy-wise, only 2 people on the mediums. Okay. Interesting to see that. Interesting. What's Vesti doing? He's moaning about his... tyres overheating at the moment, but I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. Let's drive on board with Vesti. Can he overtake Magnussen and Ricciardo? Yes, such a train. Such a train here. Where's that TV camera? That will show us a good view of the train. Here it is. Let's go up to Vettel, and you can see everyone behind him really is stuck in it. Overtake failed there for Vesti. He's trying to make a move on Magnussen. But yeah, we're doing okay at the moment. A good start. Oh, gone down the inside, Seb. He's got him. He's got him up to 10th. He's up against Sonoda and jumped into 10th position. Lovely stuff. Sonoda will have it there in underneath the grandstand. But Seb's made it stuck. He's up to 10th. Come on, Seb. Lovely stuff. Lovely, lovely stuff. Is there any change in weather? No, there isn't. Lovely. Don't really want a rainy Singapore Grand Prix, either in this race and game or when I'm there. Preferably, I definitely don't want it when I'm there. That would be not very good. But we are in lap 2 and everything's settling into a bit of a procession. So lovely stuff. Oh, I told you it would be a miracle if he gets round this race and doesn't crash. And what's he gone and done? He's gone and locked up and crashed. And it's a red flag. We've got a red flag. All the cars to return to the pit lane, and Vesti has stopped the race. It's more than one car crash. Is it Vesti? It's Vesti's fault as well. He knocks it into the Haas. The Haas just sits in the middle of the road. It's definitely a red flag. Wow. Okay. Red flag active. Session suspended. Teams can make limited changes to their cars before the session restarts and may not serve penalties. Continue. Car 2 has terminal damage to multiple parts and will be able to restart. Vesti's retired another car. He's just... Oh, he's not getting a contract, is he? And Vettel's up in 10th. Okay. So we get 20 minutes. The only thing is I want to see my strategy. Can the hards make it to the end? What does it say? We're on lap 3 of 61. They can do 90 laps. Mediums can do 60. So mediums could make it. But I think we're just going to put the hards on. And we're just going to stay out on the hards. And that's all we're... Just yeah. Get straight on the hards. I don't think we need to make any other changes. Everyone's lining up. Can we see if people have changed? Okay. Wow. So a red flag. We're up to 10th with Sebastian Vettel, and it's restarted on lap 4. People have put the mediums on. Zhou's going long. Right. So, okay, they don't quite make it if you push all the way, but we can manage that as Seb is there fighting in 10th as the race is back underway. Our first ever red flag in the game, and it happened at my home Grand Prix. Unbelievable. Well, my home away from home Grand Prix, but we are now chasing down Esteban Ocon, and obviously we come back out with a full battery. But so I think everyone on the mediums is going to stop again. It could be another battle between myself, Vettel and Zhou, the Aston Martin and the Alfa Romeo. And I'm not joking. I'm very tempted to sign Zhou next year. His contract's expiring. We wouldn't have to pay anything, if not very much at all, for him. And he has very much impressed me in this series so far. Now, it may be the car, but he has outperformed Bottas a couple of times as well. So as long as we can, as long as he impresses, he may be sitting next to another driver in the Aston Martin next year, because we have no idea what our driver lineup is going to be. But yeah, we're again in the procession at the moment. If we can just, I guess this is the time to just ease off the tyres, I guess, a little bit, because we're not going anywhere. We're in a line with everybody else. It's not the best place to be at the moment. I mean, we could push and try and deploy and get away. In fact, I think we will do that as we come round underneath the grandstand, or past the grandstand and underneath it. I think we will actually try and deploy as we get to the end here. But yeah, Vesti's causing a lot of monetary damage to the constructor, to us, let's be honest. Right, deploy. We'll go and push again. DRS is now enabled after this lap as well, so there's going to be a lot of chance to push and get positions here. So if we can get away from Ricciardo behind us and keep up with Ocon in front, we're going to be in a pretty good position here. But yeah, red flag, restarted the race. We are on lap 5 of the Singapore Grand Prix and up to 10th position, so going pretty well. Okay, so we've got Vettel up to 9th on that lap number 6. We're just trying to keep pace with Bottas. We're just easing off a little bit in terms of fuel. Just try and get that back in. Hopefully the slipstream will help us out a little bit. Once we're right behind him in the next DRS zone, hopefully, we will look to charge up our battery a bit as well. Because we just need to make sure we manage that. We've shown how valuable it can be if you get towards the dying embers of the race and you've got a full battery. It can be absolutely crucial. But so far, we are managing this, yeah, pretty well. 0.6 seconds off at the moment. Although, there you go, we've tucked in right behind that Aston Martin of Lando Norris. So I think, again, we can just use this as an opportunity to save some fuel, save some tyres, and harvest up that battery. Okay, we've had a couple of laps. We're now on lap 11. A couple of laps charging the battery and saving a bit of fuel and tyres. It cost us a couple of positions, but we're not dropping away too badly. We're still within pace of Tsunoda in front, and then I think we'll catch Ricciardo pretty quickly once we're past Tsunoda. But we've just got to keep an eye on managing our stuff. But all in all, it's turning into a pretty exciting race. Leclerc's leading it out the front, but Hamilton, Perez and Sainz all behind him, and Russell all in a big battle for second place. So it's all happening up there. But you can see here we're easily closing in on Tsunoda when we have the DRS. We're going to get into a good attacking position here, but can't quite make it stick. But managing the tyres is the most important thing, because as I said, I'm pretty sure most others are going to have to pit again at some point. Okay, we're still stuck behind Tsunoda, and he's losing out quite a lot of time to Esteban Ocon in front of him. So we're going to use our energy just as we come into this section here around near the Helix Bridge. Past another grandstand, the Penang Grandstand, I think that one is, where they have all the concerts afterwards. And then hopefully down here we can make short work of Yuki Tsunoda. We're going around the outside to have a look. Don't quite make it stick. I am thinking the mediums may drag out here, because with us pushing, there's not that much difference in wear. It's going to be very interesting as it gets to the end, as Vettel does make that move on Yuki Tsunoda, and now we have to keep pushing to close this gap to Esteban Ocon and Daniel Ricciardo in front of us. So they're still battling, which means they're going to be struggling a little bit to pull away from each other. They're going to be sort of just using up tyres and using up energy getting around each other, as Yuki's coming back at us here. Is Yuki going to make that stick? I bloody hope not. We should be okay on the inside. Yeah, we are. Good. Thank good. It was the DRS that Yuki had that let him caught up to us there. Yeah, and just further on the lap it is. They're battling so hard, Ricciardo and Ocon, that we've caught right up to them with DRS deploying our battery, which means we're in a fantastic position down this start-finish straight. If we can jump on board the wing of Sebastian Vettel, we can see this action really close up. As there is, look at that, right on the back of Esteban Ocon, 0.28 seconds away. Can we make something work here? We could do with a bit of slipstream to get our fuel back in line, to be honest, Seb. But for now, I don't mind where we are, to be honest. We're actually going to use this as a chance to save a little bit of everything again. We've got DRS. We're right behind him. Tsunoda's over a second away from us, so that's easy pickings for us. We just need to make sure that Seb picks his time to make this overtake. Hopefully, I would argue, down the DRS straight of the start-finish line, we can do it around the corner and maybe get a double overtake. It's not the longest DRS area in the world, but it can work. 0.5, so we're still within range at the moment. Even if we don't do it on this lap, I'm not too fussed. Tsunoda's obviously deployed a bit of his battery. He's now getting back in range. In fact, let's go full push from here and just see if we can line this up straight away. As we come around these corners, we should deploy battery to help with the acceleration around the corners, which we do, which is fine. And then as we come through here, can we get some pace? I mean, to make a move around the grandstand area, which is just here. There's MBS, the hotel in the background. There's the Singapore Flyer, the like the London Eye. Gives you a decent view of Singapore. It's not one of my top tourist things to do when people visit. But yeah, so right now, as we come around these corners, we're going to deploy whatever battery we've got left. And hopefully we can get this move done against... I'm expecting it to be against Daniel Ricciardo, because he's not going to have DRS and we both will. So we deploy that battery. It's not quite enough. It's going to pull us back into range, and we're going to put it on overtake to help us there. As Danny Rick is holding us up quite a lot. So it's a little bit irritating, Daniel. It is a little bit irritating. That's another good view as well. I've said this before, I love the camera angles you get on this game. Right, the next DRS zone. We have got it into overtake, and we are really... I mean, why isn't Ocon making a move on Daniel Rick there? Come on, Esteban. You could have made that. You definitely could have made that. The slipstream has helped our fuel out quite a lot. We're going to leave it in overtake for a little bit longer, because we are doing okay on the battery front. It's not amazing, but we are doing okay. So I think we'll let this battle... I mean, 4 seconds to Zhou. Danny Rick is holding everyone up. And in front of Zhou is the other McLaren. I really hope they are pitting again after this. How's everyone's tyre wear? We're on 85, 82, 83, 82, 82, 82. I'm wondering if they're going to go medium and then end on softs. Yeah, it'll be interesting, because there's still a good number of laps to go. What's that, 40-something laps? So, yeah, they need to... they'll need to manage them towards the end, for sure. Okay, so Esteban Ocon has finally passed Danny Rick, and he did do it in the grandstand area. So hopefully now we can use our pace and get past Danny Rick as well, because we need to. We need to make it count, really. Hopefully we get a little bit more of our ERS as we brake on this first corner. We are still in DRS, but Danny Rick and Ocon still fighting. Tsunoda's brought it back into our DRS as well. We just really need to make this work. And I'm really hoping that everyone else is going to pit again. We should get past Danny Rick. We've got pace to get past him. We know the car's quicker than that McLaren. It's just about making it work and sticking within this DRS. And I'm wondering, do we pretend... Don't get in the way again. You're gonna both... Yeah. Oh, so irritating. Yeah, it's irritating. Seb's got to make a move at some point on one of these drivers to get into that second spot. Oh, maybe we manage this a little bit again. We'll harvest up if we can. There's no DRS zone coming up for a while, so we've just got to make sure we stay within that second when it counts. Right, harvest up all around this technical section, all around the ins and the outs of Singapore. Coming round over the bridge in towards Clark Key again. Yeah, we should be charging a fair amount on these sorts of laps here. Although 0.7 is the gap, it is now over a second. And they're pulling away. Ocon's pulling away, but again, we catch them up because they're fighting on that corner. That is where you can have a little touch of tyres and someone can go into the wall. It is a very dangerous section for the drivers. In fact, the whole of Singapore circuit is pretty dangerous when you think about it, how quickly they're driving. It is all pretty dangerous along here, as you know, Ocon's forced wide there. These two are seriously battling with each other, and we are waiting just in the wings, waiting to pounce when we can, and we're actually pretty close. I know we've not got much battery left, but we're going to go for it down here. with DRS. It's going to take us right up behind them. Still not quite enough, but we do have a large amount of battery there that we've charged up from that lap. So I think as we come around this next right-hander, we're going to go for it again and see what we can do. So we'll deploy it now. Get that done. Open up the rear wing. Yeah, just a bit too far back, Seb. You're just a bit too far back. And then, yeah, they're too wide and we can't make that move. Now's a good chance. Ah, he's just missed it. He's just missed the opportunity. Come on, Seb. Come on, Seb. Get into those points. Get back into those points. That's what we need. Oh, he's just missing out on the right sections to make the move. Right, down here, over the bridge. No, can't get it done before the tight left-hander, and nearly hit into the back of Danny Rick there as well. He is trying to pass him here. We do have DRS, but again, these two just hold each other up. Ocon and Ricciardo massively holding each other up in this Singapore Grand Prix, and that is bloody irritating. It's really, really irritating. One of them needs to have a little wobble or a lock-up or a crash, and then we can just zoom past them both. Right, past the grandstand again. Under the grandstand, turn right. Turn right again at the end of this, and then a first very sharp left-hander straight after the right. Come round, get your foot on the throttle. Ease off very gently to go around this corner, then back on it. Full throttle around this next corner. And hopefully the DRS makes a move happen. No, we've also got Alonso, who's now overtaking Tsunoda on our tail. It's going to be a bit of a non-stop battle, this one. A non-stop battle with this bloody papaya-coloured McLaren. And just as I say that, we do overtake Daniel Ricciardo. He got held up by Ocon, got his lines all wrong, and we actually got round him on the inside. And now we are hot on the tails of that Alpine of Esteban Ocon, as you can see here. And Alonso and Ricciardo are going to be fighting behind us. So hopefully now we can make a move. I'm just very wary of tyre wear. 76 Russia, Zhou on 82, so he's managing his slightly better than us. But we are slowly gaining on Esteban Ocon. We're having a little look around the outside. And it does look like we're actually catching up to Zhou ever so slightly. But I am fully aware that we're pushing the tyres very hard. We're going to have to come off that for a little bit. Fuel I'm not too worried about. I think we can recover that. But yeah, I feel like we've got a good position here. I'm going to tell him for a little while, not that one, I'm going to say driving clean air, just to see if it allows us to get a bit of a better overtaking opportunity against Esteban Ocon. I'm going to watch the time as well to make sure it doesn't cost us time driving in clean air. In theory, it should affect our slipstream, but I'm not too sure if the game works like that at the moment. As it's coming through, I'm not sure if it's making a real difference because there isn't long enough straights for it to take effect. But a bit of clean air, it'll always be good for the engine anyway, a bit of clean air. So, right, Seb, have you got the beans, mate? Have you got the beans? I mean, look at that, 9-second gap from Norris to Bottas and then a 10-second gap to Russell. So I think the front runners are completely out of this now. We're no chance of getting potential podiums in this race. There'll be back-to-back podiums, which would have been lovely. But yeah, we're still doing all right. We're still doing all right here. I'm not sure this is working in the clean air, but we'll see how it goes. We're keeping pace with Ocon anyway, clean air or no clean air. But yeah, we just need to make sure we've got enough about us because that Alpine can easily just sort of flick a switch and get away. So down here with DRS open, yeah, it's not really helping us. It is, well, I mean, our fuel's looking a lot better. And we're definitely catching Zhou. We are, as a pair, us and Ocon are definitely catching Zhou and Norris in front. Which isn't surprising. That McLaren's pretty damn slow in all intents and purposes when it's compared to everything else. We've showed that against Danny Rick, who's only just hanging on to our DRS. As we're still looking to make this move on Ocon. I'm sort of feeling like, do we use this opportunity to harvest, to be honest? We'll sit right behind him again and try and harvest up a little bit. It's these corners, if he's deploying, he can get away. If he's in neutral, he'll get away ever so slightly using ERS, but we should have enough about us to bring him back in because we can Like, for example, whack it on neutral now, deploy a little bit of battery just to keep pace around these two corners, get it back on harvest so that we don't use it coming over this bridge. Oh yeah, Ocon's doing a pretty good job actually of reining in Zhou in front of him. 0.65. Yeah, we should be in a good position here to have harvested quite a lot of power and not deployed too much, so we'll get a bit of a boost as we cross the start-finish straight. But yeah, all in all, I'm not too upset. We're back in the points. We're in 10th. We've gained a couple of positions since the start, since the restart, since the red flag that Vesti caused in the restart. We're in the same position. We haven't lost anything since the restart. So let's just harvest down here. Now this could be a mistake actually. Let's go to neutral because he's gonna. Well, he's not going to have DRS, is he? We're going to have DRS. So yeah, we can leave this on harvest. Catch up to him using DRS. Don't go for the move on this lap. And keep it all nice and sorted. Yeah, lovely. And our tyres going back to white means they're back in line with the target strategy, which is awesome. Right, 25 laps gone. We're still battling with Vesti and Ocon. We are slowly catching Norris and Zhou in front of. Although Zhou has now overtaken Norris, so Norris will probably fall into our grip pretty soon. I imagine Zhou's going to leave him for dead if he can. As soon as he gets out of his DRS, Norris is absolutely buggered with that Alfa Romeo. But Alpine is in front of us still. Esteban Ocon in that Alpine. We are harvesting nicely on this lap, to be honest. We haven't really deployed at all, and we're keeping pace with Ocon, and Ricciardo's not really threatening us too much, so I'm not that worried about him as we're going to come through here, turn left, get to the bridge. It is really cool seeing all these places that I walk around very regularly in a game of like this of such magnitude. We do have DRS, which will catch us up to our Ocon again, which is nice. And then I think we're going to deploy and see if we can get past him. I do realise I've been talking for quite a while and I need to probably fast forward some of this, but it's an engrossing battle and we're managing this ERS pretty well, to be honest. What's really cool about sitting in that grandstand is that as the cars brake heavily to get in under the grandstand, you see all the disc brakes like heat up. They go orange. It's absolutely amazing. Right, we're going to deploy a shit ton of battery around here now. Let's push the tyres and see if we can make a move on Ocon and get in front of him. That's what we need to do now, Seb. That's what we need to do. Get it done. Come on. He's having a look. We're going to leave it on deploy and attack for this whole lap now. Look how close Norris is. The thing we don't want is for Ocon to get that DRS on Norris. We want it. And this could be the chance where we make the move. He's got the inside. Go on, Seb. Leave it in there. Stay aggressive. He is. Oh, but he's just backed out of it at the wrong moment. Seb, that was your moment, mate. You were alongside and you backed out when it got a little bit sketchy. Oh, you've really got to make this count. You've really got to make this count, Seb. Cronin's on the radio being like, nice try, but I'd be there being like, Seb, don't back out, you fanny. You got to really work at it. You want that position. You want that 9th place. Channel the Italian Grand Prix in you. Remember what you did there. You can do it. And etc, etc in terms of confidence building and building up Seb's ego, which is good. I mean, he's probably earned himself a new contract, hasn't he? He's got a podium with Aston Martin. He's scored a ton of points for us. Hasn't really binned off too many cars, touch wood. But now we're going to get Ocon now. That's it. And keep pushing. Keep pushing. Catch up to Norris as quickly as we can. And we've actually caught up Norris quite a lot in those corners. Up to P9. And we've nearly left Ocon for dead. And we're back in to the DRS of Lando Norris as well, which is absolutely amazing. So if we drop the tyres back down again, we should be in a good position because we've also lost Esteban Ocon. He's not going to get DRS at this rate. What a good move that was from Vettel. Right, I think we're going to have a couple of laps behind Lando Norris. We'll be back as soon as it looks like we've got the possibility of making a move on him. Right, Zhou and Norris are having one hell of a battle in front of us. We've put 2 seconds now back to Ocon, which is amazing from Seb. Really doing well. Conserving the tyres and doing well behind this battle. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. We could potentially take both of them here with DRS. It's just how close we're going to be. So look how much we've caught up with Zhou. But neither of them can make the move. Okay, we're in a good position. We're in a good position. I feel like, again, we can potentially harvest for quite a lot of this section here when we make it work. So into neutral, just to make sure we keep pace coming into this next section here, which is the DRS, which will easily drag us along to keep up with both of those in front. So we'll go on to harvest for just a little bit and make sure that we've got enough battery to basically do the same move that we just did on Ocon and hopefully get this done. Okay, so we're coming to the end of lap 30 for this one. Still got a good gap to the car behind us. They're not getting DRS. These two are still battling. We've been harvesting for a couple of laps here, and we're in a pretty decent position. So we're going to deploy and see if we can get this done. We'll go deploy and attack yet again, and we're going to go for a lap or two of full beans, Seb, basically. Full beans is what we mean by this one. Another quick check on tyres, 67, 75. Yeah, so we're more in the runnings of the mediums. Joe is managing his tyres better than us. He's not pushing as hard. But I feel like if we can get in front, if this order stays and we can get in front of Norris, I think our natural pace can get us away from Norris, like we've done with Ricciardo and Ocon. Leave these two to just battle behind us. So we've got enough battery to make this battle last for a couple of laps, and I think we're going to get this done, well, hopefully, sooner rather than later. But yeah, up into 9th, playing well. No other incidents since Vesti got a red flag on the race, taking out Magnussen. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how we're going. You can see how much we're gaining on the Alfa Romeo and Lando Norris. It's another cracking drive from Seb so far. 31 laps to go in this one. And round this left-hander, let's get our foot down now with a bit of DRS. So Zhou needs to put Norris under more pressure. As we, oh yeah, see, Seb had a little look down the inside there. Didn't quite make it work. Now get your foot down. We're in a good position. We are in a good position at the moment. I know the batteries are depleting quite a lot, but we're going to be in a good position for a DRS overtake, I feel, on the start-finish straight. 4%, 3%, 2% battery left, which will be deployed as we come around these corners, yeah. So it's all about the DRS and getting your foot down, Seb. Right now, try not to lift. Only a tiny lift. Turn left. Get it on. Get your foot down. Come on. Come on. Push it, push it, push it, push it, push it. Not quite enough. Not quite enough. I don't want to go into a DRS sort of hole, so we'll keep that back to neutral for now. Yeah, we'll come back if it looks like any moves are going to happen, but us and Joe really putting the pressure on Lando Norris, who's got 13-second gaps to the car in front. Unbelievable. Oh, and we're coming back because we've got Joe. We've got Joe in DRS. Absolutely incredible stuff. And now, as I was saying, hopefully we can just absolutely burn past Lando Norris and break the second to Norris. Because I think we've just got a generally quicker car than Lando Norris. And we are pushing. We are going to push this for as long as we possibly can to get this move done. Go on, Seb. Come on, Seb. Unlucky, unlucky. Okay, battery's gone. We'll keep it in 2 times speed, actually, because there's not going to be an overtake in any of this section. This is just all about managing the car and getting it through. 0.6 seconds is the gap because we've lost our ERS. And I assume Lando is using his on defend, to be honest, to try and create a bit of a gap. So this is where it counts in these early stages here. This is the move. Come on, Seb. Come on that inside. He's got a great exit. Oh, he's just been held up again. He is trying. He is trying, our little German driver. Come on. He's so close behind him. It's unreal. He's doing such a good job, is Seb. Where is Joe? How's Joe doing? He's right on our tail still. We'll be pulling him along in DRS, which isn't helping our tyres. I'm fully aware of that. But, yeah, we need to sort of make this count as Joe gains on us in DRS. Right, round this technical sector of the grandstand. Again. Oh, come on, Seb. Come on. Come on, you can make this work. You can do this. You're faster than that McLaren. I'm telling you, you're in a faster car. A much faster car. Right, deploy it. Deploy it down this next section here. This is the one. This is the one. Yes, come on, Seb. Lovely stuff. Right, now we've just got to make that gap large. And we have already. Absolutely brilliant driving from Seb. We can actually whack this into neutral. We can come off the tyres a bit as well. We have clean air with a 1.7 gap back to Norris. Lovely, lovely stuff, Seb. Okay, so annoyingly, Joe and Norris have been fighting in a DRS train, which has actually made them quicker and pulled them along. So we're going to have to push a little bit harder than I want right now. to try and make this work. Zhou right on our tail. He's got slightly better tyres than us as well, which is irritating. But yeah, just under 20 laps to go. 19 laps to go. And we are fighting for 7th place right now. We're fighting to hold on to 7th. We have a safety car, people. We have a safety car. There's an incident on track. Ooh, Perez is out. Perez is out. He's completely out. We can't even see what he's done. DRS is to say, oh, do we want to pit? Do we want to pit? We've got a 22-second gap there, 4 there. We could potentially come out of the points. How far ahead is everyone of us? Where is Leclerc? Okay, we've got a bit of time. We have got a bit of time to see if they're going to come in and pit. I don't think anyone will. I think everyone's got tyres to get to the end. It's the medium runners. It's the medium runners. We are going to get a free position, though, because Perez is out. So let's speed this up a bit and see. Oh, Leclerc. Leclerc pits. Leclerc pits. Verstappen doesn't on medium tyres. Schumacher's pitting. Oh, do we stay out? It's so hard to pass in Singapore. Because you can stay out and get position and manage the tyres to get to the end, which we're doing, which I think we can do. There's going to be a drop-off, but if this safety car stays out for a little while, we're going to gain... Oh, the interesting thing would be see what Zhou does. Oh, I know our tyres are going to struggle at the end there. Look at that drop-off for the last sort of 5 laps. Are we going to conserve enough under safety car? I think we got to risk it, right? You got to take the risk. You got to take the risk. I think we stay out. Leclerc in. Schumacher comes in. Latifi comes in. Sainz comes in. Russell comes in. So it's all a matter of... Yeah, so Leclerc, they all had such a lead. Whereas I don't think we've got that lead. But if everyone behind us pits for fresher tyres, I'm going to assume Leclerc's going to come out on the softs. Yeah, they're going in for softs to finish on the fastest tyre. My problem is that we're going to pit and basically everyone other than Albon's going to overtake us. Yeah, see, like it's not. So we're going to gain 1 position. Potentially, we're going to catch Bottas, and that's it. We need to make a decision. I need to make a decision now. Fuel is going to be fine. After the safety car, fuel is going to be fine. ERS is going to be fine. We'll get an extended lead, and then everyone will bunch up under the safety car, and they'll all be on fresh tyres. We have to pit. We have to pit. We have to pit for softs. It just makes sense, right? It just makes sense. You have to pit. Pit this lap. Yeah, you have to. Zhou might stay out because he's on hards, but everyone else is going to pit. So all it comes down to now, yeah, Zhou's going to stay out on his hards. Norris is going to come in. We should then catch Zhou up under safety car, so that's not going to be an issue. And we'll have fresher tyres that we can push on. So let's watch Seb's pit stop here. Zhou goes past us. Everyone else is pitting. Is Gasly pitting? Yes, Gasly's pitting. There we go. So yeah, we're not in any... We've only lost 1 position and we're going to get that back. Catching up under the safety car. The issue is... What we need is we need a good stop. And a good release and we get it. Good. Nobody jumped us in the pit lane. We actually made up a bit of time on Norris. Not that it matters. But yeah, we are out. And now we just got to catch the safety car. Which definitely shouldn't be coming in this lap. That would be stupid if it did. It's not. Good. Are we still doing everything we are? We're still harvesting. And there we go. We've just caught up to the safety car as it's going to be coming in. Verstappen's having a real bad race. He's having an absolute shocker. So we are on fresh soft. Zhou on 61% hard. This is where after the patch it would be absolutely amazing if they introduce this. Right, we are going to just get around this corner because I think Leclerc's going to go any second. Deploy, push, attack, fresh softs. I love the fact we've got fresh softs on. I love the fact we made that decision to pit. We're in this melee somewhere. Let's get on board with Seb just so we can see how this unfolds on the restart. Okay, here we go. Normal racing. There is Zhou right in front of us. We're on a much quicker tyre than him. A much fresher, quicker tyre. Please be the right decision. Oh my god, there's a back marker in there who's held up Zhou. Oh, bless him. We're up to 6th. Zhou has dropped so many places because of that shitty Williams that was in there, which I think was Albon because he hasn't pit and he's on hards. And there's another back marker causing absolute mayhem. We're up to 5th. Oh my word, Schumacher is causing trouble. We're back down to 6th. Schumacher, get out of the way. We've lost the place to Zhou again. I think that's probably fair, to be honest. We did get it a little bit unfairly, but that is a shocking bit of driving from whoever that was, Schumacher. Absolutely terrible from Schumacher in the Haas. But we're technically up to 7th because we didn't pit at 7th. So, yeah, we've come in. Did we pit at 7th? I can't remember. But we're up to 7th now, hunting down Zhou on his older hard tyres, I should say. And we are looking to make that move pretty sharpish. Trying to take advantage of these new tyres. Go on, Zhou. What you got here? What have you got, son? Get out of the way. Just get out of the way. Go on, Seb. Go on, Seb. On the softs with DRS. Is DRS open? No, it's not active yet. We would have definitely got him that time. We'll just drop that back down to neutral. But I love the fact we can push on everything now. And Zhou, I'm pretty sure can't. I'm pretty sure Zhou can't push at all on those tyres to get to the end of the race. So DRS has just been enabled on this lap and we were using it to good effect there. Zhou actually defends us pretty well. But it's not long until we're going to get him, I feel like. I feel like he's made a mistake not coming into pit. And I agree with Cronin. I think we will get them next time. It's just about a case of easing our way around, staying behind him. And, yeah, getting 6th place, which would be absolutely epic. Bottas, but a huge gap between him and Zhou now as well. Yeah, good. A decent safety car. We're making good advantages of these safety cars that are propping up at the moment. I mean, we are going to pay Seb a hell of a lot of money for this bonus, but you know, you can't worry about that. It's about points on the board, not money in the bank. That's what we're worried about at the moment. And now is the time we should really overtake Zhou with ease, and we do. And oh my god, Seb, you can't just back out if he squeezes you a tiny little bit. Seb, that is not how we race. Look what you've done now. You've let Norris right back in. Oh, it's going to have to be a deploy job, isn't it? Just to make sure we get this done. Seb, this is not what I wanted to do. You were meant to breeze past him, get to the end of the lap, and then deploy. Unbelievable, Seb. Also, I quite like the fact that Seb and Zhou have been having lots of on-track battles recently, and there's a potential they might be driving partners next year. You never know. You just never know what's going to happen. Right, we should very easily get Zhou now. I know this is a tough bit of overtaking because it's a short DRS line, but we've got the pace. He's got the inside. Seb gets it done. Lovely, lovely stuff. Now, put a gap between you. That's all you got to do now, Seb. Up into 6th. Make sure he's battle. Norris and Zhou battle. Yeah, Zhou's already backing off. He's already dropping off a little bit. Vettel through. Lovely stuff. Up into P6. I don't think we're going to catch Bottas, but we'll keep pushing. Okay, so we're not catching Bottas. We're sort of catching him lap by lap, but it's not quick enough. But there's a 4-second gap back to Lando Norris. So I think we can just make sure we're going to have enough to get to the end here. Just make sure we can serve this. 9 laps to go. We're in a great position. So Seb can ease off just a little bit. And hopefully bring this home nicely indeed. It would be awesome if he does. We have another safety car. We have another safety car. DRS is disabled. It's a safety car. Perez and Magnussen and Verstappen, Vesti are out.
Safety car.
It's another safety car. We definitely know we're not pitting on this one. Zhou might pit in now. He might pit in now. I don't know who's crashed. It doesn't say anyone's out. Oh, someone has retired. Someone else has retired. Is it Schumacher? I don't think he was there before. Yeah, Schumacher crashed on turn 13. So now,
15, yellow 15.
Everybody is going to be catching it. To be fair, it gives us a chance at an overtake here. Nobody coming into the pit. Not even Zhou coming into pit, which I think might be an error for him on those tyres. Right, safety car is going to be coming in. So it was only out for actually 1 lap. Verstappen, right at the back. What is going on here? What is going on? Unbelievable. Right, we're going to deploy, we're going to push, we're going to attack, and we're going to get on board with Seb on this restart. We're bunched up to the leaders. Who knows what's going to happen now? It's us v Bottas. We've got to try and catch Valtteri Bottas. We don't get him on the first corner. And I assume that front pack is going to drift away from Bottas quite quickly. As long as we can keep track with Bottas, we'll pull away from Norris. I don't mind that. 7 laps remaining. Lots of fuel. We're going to get Bottas. We've got him. Bottas didn't fancy the restart. Come on. Up to 5th. We're on the back of Carlos Sainz.
So we're happy to let these tires cool.
On the back of Carlos Sainz here. Easily going to get... I mean, look at the fuel. The strategy with the tyres. We've absolutely rinsed them. I do just need to check because I've just noticed on that... if we say we're on these, I just want to make sure that... Yeah, good. Okay. I was going to say... I'm pretty sure we can get to the end on those tyres. We just need to make sure that it was correct. And nearly a second gap to Bottas already. Hanging on the back of Carlos Sainz. Come on, Seb. 6 or 7 laps to go. Let's get this done. This is superb driving from the German. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to try and offer him a new contract again. We may have to up his wages a little bit. I think we're earning enough money to say that he could probably get a pay rise. But, yeah. I'll tell you what. If DRS opens up here, we're in a good position. And Seb... is overtaking a Ferrari. Oh, again, he's backed out. There's obviously a glitch in animation there where he feels like he doesn't have enough space on the right-hand side or something. But we were very, very close then to taking Carlos Sainz in a Ferrari when we're in an Aston Martin, which is, quite frankly, ludicrous. As the people in the grandstand are going to get a great view of us trying to go down the inside. We've pushed Carlos Sainz out wide. He's going to have the inside here. If we can hold this line, we're going to be in prime position coming into the start-finish straight. And there is the line. Come on, Seb. You got your nose in front. Seb is up to 4th and is overtaking a Ferrari. What is going on? This is incredible stuff from Sebastian Vettel. Absolutely incredible stuff here in Singapore. He knows it's my home away from home Grand Prix. He knows it. Up into 4th. A podium potentially isn't completely out of the question, although I imagine Sainz will overtake us once DRS is activated again. But if we can push, we're not in a bad position here. This is going very, very well. Okay, DRS is enabled. We are nowhere near Lewis Hamilton or George Russell in front of us, but Carlos Sainz is right behind us. So I feel like we're going to have to deploy to try and catch up and get into a DRS train to try and close that gap up to George Russell, because... if not, Carlos Sainz will probably make quite easy meat of us. We are in DRS now. So take that one off. Stay in this zone, Seb, and we will be on a DRS train to glory. And that is how we like it. That is very much how we like it. Look at that pace. Well, look at the pace we're showing. This is incredible stuff. Absolutely incredible stuff. Leclerc's gone off into the distance. It's the 2 Mercedes fighting each other for 2nd. We may get a little sneaky peek here at 3rd. I don't want to make any promises, but we may be in with a chance if we can just close the gap with DRS, which is going to be difficult because I think Russell may make a move on Hamilton. But if we can close this gap, we can have a lap of harvesting and then absolutely bomb it on the last lap like we love to. But for now, it's all going to be a little bit tough to make that happen. There's the DRS. I don't think Sainz has it in front of us. Someone's locked up. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. Which is interesting because no one's in Sector 1. Competitors crashed. Sonoda's crashed on turn 13, which definitely isn't in Sector 1. That seems like a bit of a bug. But we are now in DRS, and I'm just going to watch this down the start-finish straight and then bomb it onto Harvest. Because Sainz is also caught up to us in DRS, which isn't nice. I just want to make sure that our DRS line does come on. It does. We've got the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Go on, Seb. I didn't put the bonus on. Shocking. But we are going to harvest for a bit here because we've caught these Mercedes up. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Right, we'll just put it onto neutral so that we can get a bit here to stop Carlos Sainz catching us too much. Back into harvest. And we are doing very, very well at the moment. Neutral down the DRS zone. That's not what I wanted. That's where I wanted to go. Look at this. We're actually catching the Mercedes. We are catching the Mercedes. This is ludicrous. Right, harvest it up. Come on, Seb. You're doing such a good job, mate. Sonoda's in the pits. Latifi's a whole minute and 27 seconds behind everyone. And Verstappen is still in 14th, which is unbelievable when you think about it. Oh, we're dropping off. We're dropping off the pace a bit. We just need to make sure we close that gap to be within a second. I don't really want to deploy. If we can get it done in neutral... I don't think we can. It may be the natural pace of the Mercedes coming through, and I don't think... Oh, we do have DRS. We just got into it. We just got into that DRS, which was lucky. Right, there we go. We catch up under braking, which is awesome. Oh, I'm so close. It's so close. We're getting to the end. We're definitely going to come back. We'll probably fast forward the next lap because I'm going to do most of it under harvest. But yeah, we're in a good position here. Let's just put it into neutral round these corners so that we can make sure we don't lose the DRS on the start finish straight, which I'm pretty sure we are going to have. It's 0.9. But yeah, we're definitely going to have DRS there because we've just gone over the detection zone. So can we catch them up? Right, I'll be back in a couple of laps for the penultimate lap and the last one probably, or maybe just the last lap. But we are in a very good shape right now. Okay, 2 more laps to go. My plan of trying to save fuel didn't work. We just don't have enough to harvest and keep pace with the Mercedes. But we are still in 4th and we are keeping Carlos Sainz behind us. But this is getting very, very tense. DRS is open. We're well within that DRS range of the Mercedes. But Lewis Hamilton is just keeping George Russell behind him so well. I'm sort of thinking in this zone, can we potentially harvest down here? Don't need to deploy too much. Maybe manage this completely for the last few corners going around here. Because you come around this left, we'll pop it on neutral here. Get it. There, this is where they put that space in between us. The acceleration is just so much better than us. Into harvest through this little technical sector. We don't need to deploy too much in this section. 0.73 is the gap at the moment. We'll just put it in neutral here, and we do get DRS. Yeah, Sainz is gaining. You can just see it every time we look back. He's ever so slightly gaining on us. I think this is it. I think we've got enough in the battery at this point of the lap. As long as we stay within that second, down the start finish straight, and on the last lap, we can probably deploy for the whole thing. And we'll be in a very, very good shape to have a proper go at the Mercedes on the last lap. And obviously we're going to stay on board for the whole thing because this is getting tense. Right, coming up to the last corner to start the last lap. Here we go. We are now deploying.
Use energy if you need it. Use energy.
We're going to use all of our energy on this lap.
Copy.
We're going to burn it here. We'll get loads back as we break into the chicane up here.
So this is
And
last.
hopefully we push. And hopefully George Russell and us can both get Lewis Hamilton, which would be absolutely amazing. But we're going to try and make a move on this lap. Come on, Seb, for a podium. For a podium. You've got the battery. You've got DRS open. The speed of that Mercedes is ridiculous. But George Russell's making a move. George Russell's making a move. Has he opened the gap for us? No, he hasn't. Russell gets past Hamilton. And, oh, we just need to keep pace with them. We just need to keep pace. No, what am I doing? Keep it on deploy. Sod it. Sod it. Let's see if we can get a gap. It's such a battle with the Mercedes at the end. It's such a battle with the Mercedes. I don't think we're going to have enough in it just to nick that podium. And if it is, it's going to be at the cost of Lewis Hamilton, you feel. But he's right on the back of George Russell. How are Mercedes going to feel about that as well? Russell overtaking Hamilton on the last lap. And our ERS is empty. And there's not enough to make the move, and that's where it probably had to be done, into this corner. But we're going to keep trying. We're going to keep trying. I think we've got enough about us to keep Carlos Sainz behind us, although he has all of a sudden closed the gap very, very quickly. That was 0.7 a minute ago. It's now 0.4. Lewis Hamilton still trying to make it through past George Russell to get third back. Seb really going for it. Round the right, round the left, coming in to the final corner. We're not going to have enough. We're trying. Leclerc wins it. Russell, I think, is going to get second. Hamilton in third. We pick up fourth in the Aston Martin at the Singapore Grand Prix, which is absolutely incredible.
That is checkered flag.
What a race from Seb. Unbelievable stuff. We got all the strategy calls right. He's so good off the starts and off the restarts. It makes a huge difference. We beat Sainz in the Ferrari. Unbelievable stuff, Seb. Unbelievable. And there you have it, an absolutely fantastic race from Seb, up 8 places into 4th. Absolutely incredible. 12 points for Aston Martin. Seb climbs up into 8th position, overtaking Alonso and Guan Yu Zhou, who now climbs to 10th as well. In the Constructors, we stay in 6th, extending our lead over AlphaTauri and ever so slightly closing the gap to Alpine. I think you can definitely call us a midfield runner this season. So wonderful stuff there in the Singapore Grand Prix. Absolutely superb. The financial report is we're looking fine. Board confidence, we got a high level of confidence, which is really good. Vettel's contract does end soon. We are going to offer him a new contract. In fact, let's quickly do that now. Contract. He's got medium patience. So we're going to say if you finish 8th or above, you can get 1.5 million. 1.5 million to start. We're going to give you 15 million, 14.9 for 2 seasons in car number 1. Come on, Seb, you've earned it. You've earned it. Accept the contract. Oh, it's going to be close. It's declined. Target is achievable. Salary is acceptable. It's okay. You can do better. He wants a 3-season contract. I mean, do we do it? He's been superb for us. Yeah, go on. Why not? Oh, no. Okay, so we can't negotiate at the moment. But next time, 3-season contract. That's what he requires. Drugovic, he hasn't done anything for us. We'll probably let him go. Vesti's contract, we're probably going to let him go. He's been dreadful. Post-race for Singapore. What did the board think? We exceeded our expectations. Of course we did. We finished 4th. It was epic. Right. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back for the next Grand Prix, which is the Japan Grand Prix. Japanese Grand Prix at Suzuka. And then we have United States, Mexico, Brazil, and Abu Dhabi. So getting very much to the end of the circuit now and of the season. Lovely stuff. We'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Cheers.